everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Pramod Badigar, who is the founder and CEO of Hub, a platform which promotes and facilitates budding artists. Pramod has studied computer science from University of Northampton. Hi Pramod, welcome to Entrepreneur Launch of India.
Hi, very good morning. Nice to meet you. And thank you for having me here.
Pramod, I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Right, so I'm Pramod Badigar. I'm the founder and CEO at Hub. I'm 20 years old and I'm currently at my recording studio here in Mathikere, Bangalore. So thank you for inviting me here to this lovely opportunity. I would love to discuss and answer any questions you have. Yes.
Sure. Pramod, we would like to start with discussing about Hub. What is it about, and what is the value it brings into the industry?
Right. So starting off understanding Hub, Hub is a very common name, right? Hub, I think, as Will and Post and Post, so on and so forth. It's one place which connects people with common interest, right? So that was the idea of Hub, connecting people with common interest. And you see, Hub is a social media platform which harmonizes three main sectors: entertainment, education, economy. Simple as that. Our vision is to fight financial constraint wherever people face problems with regards to finance to achieve their dreams or goals. We either make it very cheap for them, or we make sure it's absolutely for free. Example, we work with education sector. Our vision is to make education absolutely for free. We believe that education is the right to every individual, and we see that education becomes absolutely free in about 6 months. Just like that, entertainment industry, musicians can't afford a lot, financial constraint there. So what we do is we provide them the recording studios for absolutely free, and we only work on a SaaS model, subscription model. So they have to pay a very negligible amount, comparing to the market price. Yeah, that's how we work, right?
Okay. So why music? I think you have studied computer science
Yes.
in your college days. Why
Yes.
why is turn into music? What is your background in music?
Just like I think anybody else, I'm a bathroom singer, right? Everybody sings in bathroom, and that's one of my passions. Singing is one of my passion. I sing as well. We jam sometimes, so on and so forth. But however, the real reason is financial constraint. You see, a lot of people, right? The first stepping stone in the music industry is like a recording studio, and it costs a lot. Every hour for a recording studio, including the entire video song, will cost them up to 20,000. A common man can't afford that prices, right? But however, that is their first step into being a professional, professionally recording. So because they can't afford that, they lose their hopes in their dreams of becoming a musician. We make sure we provide them the recording services for free, so that they don't stand between that. They don't have to afford, they don't have to think a lot about affording one. So that's why I think music life would be one of the best time to start and best genre to start, our entertainment industry. So we thought, why not? Let's go ahead with musicians first and slowly dance, photography, art, fashion, so on and so forth. We are ready to provide. We are ready to provide the resources to help them grow in their own career. Yeah.
Right. And so that is just one part of the story, one side of the story.
Right.
You are clearly providing a great value to the potential artists
Musician.
or potential stars in the music industry. But I would like to
Right.
know about the other side of the story. To achieve that, you would need a certain resources, like the studio is there, and there would be a team to take care of the operations. How do you fund
Right.
this sort of activities? And from where do you arrange those funds?
See, I would say initially it was really hard, right? Just like I'd say any other founders, I think finance, even though we are fighting financial constraint, one of the important things is that finance also becomes an important part of our problem as well, right? Funding, raising funds become an important problem. However, I have met two amazing angel investors, right? Mr. Sanjay and Mr. Nupathunga, who have been excellent support to me from past 7 months now. We've been working together from 7 months now. And starting from everyday activities to starting from understanding each other. We have had a great connect, and those two investors are more like friends to us right now, right? Friends and family. We hang out, we discuss ideas, we share together. So when we share similar passion, right? I believe everybody, when we share a similar passion, and when we really need help to build that passion into reality, I think all you have to do is ask, right? You have to ask people, and they will help you if your goal is absolutely accurate. So I think one of the things that we were doing is helping our musicians in the best way we can, right? So this was one of our initiatives, and our investors have been supportive regarding that. And I think
I'll hold you
when
there.
saying,
I'll hold you there.
yeah,
Many of our many of the entrepreneurs I see, the budding entrepreneurs, this is the
right.
particular problem that stops them from going ahead, the investment or
Yes.
meeting the angel investor. So can you tell the story of how you met the angel investor, and how could you convince them and share your vision with them?
Right. I think, there was not a particular time, I would say, that I decided to meet an investor, right? It's never a particular time. In an entrepreneur's life, I think we meet hundreds of people every day, right? And even though that
100
was the
people
situation,
fund your operations, right? Also, so when
exactly, one
you
day,
start up, it's a significant investment.
exactly. So, see, when you meet hundreds of people every day, and see, I think you understand, being a founder, you'll have to share same idea to everybody, right? Every day when you meet hundreds of people, you have to share the same enthusiasm with them, stating this, these are our services, these are our products, this is why we are doing it. That's the same story to every 100 people that we meet every day. So when that happens, right, one day you will find one person who's not only interested in it, who's also being passionate about what we are doing, and they will help you to get somewhere. So I think it's connectivity which is important. You have to network with people a lot. See, I usually tell my customers this also, the budding musicians, right? There are three levels of audience in everybody's life, okay? So first level of audience is friends and family, right? Who will never give up on you. They'll always say, whatever you're doing, it's absolutely great. However, second level of audience are your networking people. Just
Hmm.
like both of us, we met right now. I'm your network, you're my network.
Hmm.
And couple other people, who you meet
Right.
every day.
Hmm.
And third level of audience is public. They will always judge you accurately. If you're right, they'll keep you up. If you're down, you know how social media works, right? So
Hmm.
your networking people are important. Second level of audience who are ready to tell you that you're doing something good and also give you a honest opinion and a feedback. So you need to meet these kind of people.
Hmm.
So one day, right, in the future or probably in a few months, you will find somebody who will connect you to an angel investor. If your idea is absolutely great, it changes something in this world.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Can you
I believe all you have to do is network.
okay?
Right.
Can you give us some examples like how you met your two angel investors that you have on board right now?
Right. See, there was no particular website or applications or any agencies that I used. So it was my co-founder who connected me to our angel investor. Right.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, finding co-founders are also important.
Hmm.
Finding people who are influential in the society, finding people who are right for your cause, that is important. See, you have to fight for what it's worth. Simple as that. If your fight is correct, believe me, people will be willing to fight with you, right? As simple as that. So my chief technology officer, Deepak Malgan, is a great man to deal with. So this is the person who connected me with couple people who were new to investments. So it's not that my angel investors have been investing from before. They were new investors, but they were passionate about the idea. So they helped us. Sincerely speaking, they helped us. It's not like they just gave up everything and they didn't speak to us for a while. No, they took like regular updates. They spoke with us, they understood our problems. So that was one of the most important things. Mr. Sanjay and Mr. Nupatanga have been great support behind us, and all the credit goes to our co-founder and the passion itself. We have that passion in us, so that we keep telling people how important this is for the society. How problems of finance can be a really big deal in a person's life. If you can't afford schooling, right, these days it will cost us lakhs of donations. But however, if you keep lakhs of donations for everybody, how many can actually learn?
Hmm.
Correct. So our problem was to solve that issue so that finance doesn't come between your dreams. So yes, there were enough individuals around us who could help us, help us build this idea. But yeah, we still require more individuals who are really passionate about helping us and growing this into a great venture one day.
Hmm. So I hear this a lot. Finding
Yeah.
investor is easy, but finding a co-founder is the difficult part. because
Yes.
investors, they give you funds, they give you mentorship, but a co-founder, he will give
Yeah.
everything he has, his time and his
Yes.
opportunities, everything. So
Right.
how did it happen with you? How did you find your co-founder, and you felt it, this
Right.
is the guy I am going to work with for next 10 years, 20 years?
Right, lovely. So I think that's a very, very excellent question, right? According to me, because finding people is the most beautiful part about connecting with them and post them. Living it, you'll have your own little world with it. See, I have two co-founders. One is Deepak Malgan, my chief technology officer, and another one is Anusha Shetty. She's the chief operating officer in the company. Now, I'll tell you the difference between both of them and how we all connect, right?
Hmm.
Each and every one of us are different. That is the most important thing. You have to be different. You have to have some different quality yourself, right? Which makes you different. So see, I handle the administration part, managing part. I'm a strategist, but my chief technology officer, anything related to technology at all, you call him, you contact him, he's your man, right? That's the beauty of it. Now, when it comes to Anusha Shetty, she's great at organizing operations and giving you analytics on operations, so on and so forth. So reports, she'll be handling that part. You see, everybody is different and everybody's operations are absolutely different, right? So how do you connect? How do you build? Is by getting a little bit closer, right? See, usually people have this different professional life and personal life. But I believe in the world of entrepreneurship, everybody you meet, right, you end up sharing something, connecting something with them. That's how you build your experience with people. So I think when I initially met Deepak, it was our personal lives which were more mutual in our understanding rather than our professional life. He was into IT field, I was into business and administration and computer science. It was a slightly different sector, but we still got together and we made sure this idea runs. Just like that, Anusha Shetty, she's great at organizing stuff, right? She helps me build this company by organizing people, giving them right amount of work and making sure that it's worthwhile, right? So that is her part of the job. So discussing with them, having your own family, your work family, I think that has been great to me. Right? Finding co-founder is difficult because people don't connect. People don't understand each other. That has to be really solved. People have to understand each other, connect more, discuss more, and solve issues more. That is the best part about it. So as long as you have right people in your team, as long as you have right co-founders in your team, I think any startup will be successful. If you don't have the right communication, you lose it right there. That is your dead end, basically. So build up proper communication, and I think that would be better. Communicating is important.
Hmm. So, would you like to speak about your education? I think you studied from a university based out of UK, if I'm
Right.
not wrong. So,
Yes. 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 Absolutely.
many of the entrepreneurs I meet, at least 50% of them have studied outside India. So,
Right.
do you think there is a connection between studying abroad and entrepreneurship? How does it impact of a person being an entrepreneur or can be entrepreneur or not?
Right. Right. I would say no. It doesn't depend at all. Right. I would be honest with you. I started this company when I was in 12th grade. Right. I just finished my 11th grade, and when I was 12th, I actually got this idea. Right. And from that particular time, I had these dreams about going abroad. It was just a dream. It was just a dream of going abroad, building a company there. You have these, billion-dollar ideas. That's what you think when you're young, right? So, and you see, that was how I was. I was a young kid who had ideas that I really wanted to be a reality. That's about it, right? Nothing more. However, when you ask me the question, is going abroad an important part or studying abroad is an important part? It's not. Okay, I went there to study something, but I ended up being someone else. I went there to study computer science. I ended up teaching entrepreneurship to people, and now I'm an entrepreneur myself.
Hmm.
So you see, going abroad has helped me in a lot of things, right? I've left my house when I was 17 years old, and I've lived independent ever since, right? You see, hunger will be the most important part, right? Hunger and finding the right people. I was in a new country with very new people and with new faces. I didn't know what had to do. All the money I had, I invested in the company. So I had very little for myself. So hunger was an important issue. right? And finding the right people also. So going abroad will give you experiences of life. Okay, it will teach you who exactly you are, right? Staying here, our parents used to feed us, our parents to take care of our expenses. We never understand. But once you go abroad, I've lived independent ever since, right? The time from I've left home. So right now I understand what it actually takes, okay, to earn, to live, to eat, and to work and to live with others. So you see, that experience is what an abroad would give, but that is not necessarily important. You can do the same thing in India as well. In fact, Indian education system is far better than the abroad education system. There are reasons, so there would be a valuable debate here, but what I meant to say is, the way our people are trained here, the way students are trained here, let it be math or basic fundamentals of science,
Hmm.
people are absolutely great here in India rather than abroad, I would say, through my experience.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There are two things I want to comment upon. Indian education system does
right,
promote science and maths and these sort of things. But what
right,
what really
right,
lacks is a critical thinking part. That is where the foreign universities excel. They
right,
are
right,
trained in a way to think from a neutral point of view or
right,
compare it to a Indian education system. That is number one.
right.
Also, one of the founders I spoke with a couple of days back, he told me foreign universities they teach you risk taking. In fact, the societies in UK and US, they have high risk
Mm-hmm.
taking appetite. Is that something
They do.
people learn by going abroad and studying there and coming back starting entrepreneurship?
Right. So I think that's a wonderful question again. So many people, right, they'll have to understand the importance of entrepreneurship first. It is taking risks, having a very, very deep desire in yourself, right? That is the most important part. See, going abroad or going to an incubator or accelerator won't change it. One thing. And it's not necessarily that that a university will teach you something. It is not at all necessary, right? I believe whatever I've learned is from my experiences. Simple as that. Every day I've dealt with problems and I've solved those issues myself. So I think my experience counts there. University will only help you pitch your fundamentals. Make sure you get at least some resources which you can't get anywhere else, right? University is just short time help. That's all. However, an entrepreneur has to focus on his desire. What does he truly want? He or she truly wants, what do they want to do in this world? See, my passion is not hub, but my passion is exploring. So I explored an idea. I went through problems of making it into a reality. And today, here I am. Simple as that. So all you have to do is keep experiencing. Simple as that. University is only a platform which can help you with certain resources, not everything. They can't give you an entire team, but they can help you connect with the team. Right? You get my point. So they'll help you with the fundamental aspects of it, but not to the broader end. However, it's your everyday experiences which counts. Your passion, how you share your passion also counts. Yeah.
So, Pramod, if we were to make a movie out of your life, how would the opening sequence be like?
Right. So I would say the beginning of my life would start from 2017, which would be November, right? So that was the time when I left my house. I had to leave my house because of certain complications in the house, which was very difficult for me. I was 17 years old when I left my house. I had only had shorts and 3,000 rupees in my pocket. And had a friend, had a very good friend. His name is Ranjit. So even now we are friends actually, but he stays a bit far. And what happened was, see, that night was the beginning of my life. That night, all I had was 3,000 rupees in my pocket and too much of ideas in my head. That what I wanted to do in my life, so on and so forth. I had absolutely no idea about learning something. Just wanted to do something. So I went to his house at that night, late at night actually, and all he had was a blackboard. It was a nursery school before they shifted everything, and it's a house now. But they still had the blackboard. You see, that day I wrote something called Hub, and I wrote connecting people with common interests, a tagline for the company. And today, everything I've built starts from that particular night, right? So everything I am today or everything I've built today, even this recording studio, everything was noted on that board that day, right? So that is what I've achieved. So that night would be the opening sequence of my life, me leaving my house, so on and so forth. And then came everything else. me traveling abroad, coming back to my own country again, helping out people, building a family here. This recording studio has its own family. Every person comes here and enjoys it, right? They become part of a little family, even though we live in this vast world with so many different people, we have our own little world here in the studio, or we have a little world in our office. Everywhere the ideas of it's very different. So I would say all of these little moments in life, right, would be a part of my movie, I would say.
Hmm. I think that would be an interesting movie. I would definitely
Right.
watch a movie made out of your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So here comes my next question. Based on the first day when you wrote a hub on the blackboard and you had
Mhm.
big dreams, how far have you reached and what is your vision for the future?
Okay. So you see, I would say every day the idea remains same, right? Always the idea remains same, but it keeps evolving. It keeps adapting to the real life situations. And what you initially had would be very big, and what you have today will be more organized and more precise. So when I initially started Hub, it was only connecting people with common interests based on how they're, it was social media platform. I wanted to build a social media platform for India, an official social media platform that time. So I wanted to see how people would interact, right? I wanted to understand people more. So when I started understanding people more in a much better way, understanding what their problems are, every day my company changed. Vision was still the same. The goals and objectives were changing, and every day there was a fixed goal, fixed objective that we made sure we achieve it. So right now, starting from 3.5 years of experience, what I have, right? It's been almost 4 years since it started, but 3.5 since we actually started the company, so on and so forth. I think today who we are, right? We are more organized. We're divided into sectors: entertainment, education, economy. Entertainment, we have already started. We are successfully running this studio. It's full every day. Every day people come here and they love our services because we provide it absolutely for free, and we only charge them on a subscription fee. That's about it. But the recording services are absolutely for free. So our musicians or our core customers are absolutely receiving those benefits from the company, which we intended to. Right, that was important. Certain times, even though you're willing to provide a service, you require a lot of funding for it. You require a lot of funding. You require a lot of part. But I believe even with little fundings, right, you can still convince your customers. It's how you convince your customer matters. Simple as that. See, my musicians, all I sell it to the people is their voice. Their voice is their product. I know how to sell as simple as that. I'm just selling their product to the customers. So you have to understand who your customer is and what your product exactly is. Like what it does, how is it going to help people, and who exactly is building this product. Simple as that. So experience counts. So when we talk about it, in a much brief experience, right, in person, I think we would understand it much better. So I think even in your experience, right, meeting people is important, and sharing your vision is also equally important. Simple as that. So if you share your vision, people will support you.
Hmm. So would like to know who is your role model when it comes to entrepreneurship? Who inspires you?
See, I would say my grandfather is my role model, right? My grandfather is a man who helped me understand a lot of things. You see, back in time, he was a laborer. He was a laborer who used to work in construction sites or just farming, basically, right? And then he started working with a doctor, right? He started working with the doctor as a compounder, and in the early time. And what happened then was he started learning about medicine from the doctor. He started learning more about the medicine, just simple ideas of how to give injections to patients, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Now he's successfully running his clinic in Bidar, North Karnataka. So from being a farmer, right, from being just a laborer, he transformed into being a doctor.
Hmm.
Not He didn't stop it there. He didn't stop it there. He started business again. He has his own cement company, and he's into building and constructions again. So what I mean to say is trying new things. Passion is not always dedicated to one thing. Just because you have a business or a company doesn't mean that entirely becomes your passion. See, I have a passion for sketching, right? So you could check those sketches on my Instagram as well. So I have a passion for sketching. I have a passion for singing. A passion to build this company. So it's all what matters is the core point. what are you really trying to solve, right? So my grandpa helped me understand what is important in life. Fighting for it is important. He's 65 years old now, and he still runs all the companies single-handedly. So his construction, or it comes to his doctorate also, he helps. So he built people in his life. Rather than the money, I would say he built a lot of people trust in his life. People share a lot of things with him. So I think I enjoyed that part with him. So he helped me understand certain little things about life, right? Even though, see, in my family, we believe that if you really want to do something, you have to do it on your own. Don't take any help from your direct family members, because it's just exploiting them. So he has helped me understand that as well. So whatever I've done it on my own. So and he would be one of the reasons why.
So there is a question related to music industry. A
Right.
lot of the musicians, in fact, all of the musicians,
Yeah.
only some of them belong to a music family, but most of them,
Mm-hmm.
they're just doing it out of passion. So in a way, if you see,
Yes.
building a career in music is not very different from entrepreneurship. So you have to start on your own. There is
Yes,
no
absolutely.
structure, and you have to have a lot of energy. So, having said that, what do you think? The present day musicians or music lovers should do, who want to build a successful career out of music. What are the things they are missing, or what are the, how the future is for the music industry? How would you project it?
Right. So if you ask me, how should they start? How should they start building their career? As a CEO of Hub, I would say, please contact us. Right, we are there to help you. But however, in reality, right, you'll have to build your skills, which is important. In reality, what's important is, see, opportunity will be there. Probably not here, but somewhere else in the world, there will be an opportunity. Right, always, everywhere. So you'll just have to keep looking for it, and you'll have to keep attending concerts, events, or whatever you can to build your knowledge of music more. Right. See. I believe that this is same for education system as well. See, whatever people we have as our employees, we don't necessarily care about their qualifications. We care about the skill. How great are their skills, right? But some of our employees don't even have qualifications, but they have excellent skills. Right? They have learned a few things in life, and now they are professionals. So we use those kind of talents to build our company. Exactly like that, music industry too. It requires the voice, the texture of voice, the quality of voice, and the skill to perform anything they want. Simple as that. So if you have a very good texture of voice, right? See, I believe voice is like a guitar, right? Sometimes it's out of tune. If you just mend it a little bit, if you tune it a little bit, it's good to go. You can play the guitar excellently well. Just like that, you'll have to train your voice. Simple as that. So if you want to be a successful musician, taking risk is important. Just like entrepreneurs' life, you keep meeting people. You will have to meet people in your life. Musicians, you'll have to keep meeting different people whom you can collaborate with, create music. See, I would say anywhere, right? If you're going professionally as an artist, work is important. How much you've recorded, okay? How much you've recorded, how many songs have you recorded is very, very important. So certain times people go with a blind note, right? They absolutely have nothing. They just say, I have a very beautiful voice. I would like to audition. But that's not important. In a professional world, work stays important. So that is why we have created this recording studio. People can come down to a recording studio, record, perform as well, and then they can create their portfolio. Happily, they can push forward. They can start their professional career here, and it starts from here and slowly graduates to performance and slowly building the branding, marketing, promotion, so on and so forth. So I would suggest, if you ever want to be a professional singer, a playback singer, a professional musician, Hub is the right place to connect and contact us.
So
Right.
I think we are almost up with the time. One last question that I have is,
Yes, yes, please.
what is your final message to potential entrepreneurs of this country?
See, I would say desire is very, very important in everybody's life, right? Everybody's life, desire is very important, and passion is very, very important. But without your deepest and darkest desire, right, telling you every day that you have to work for it, you can't really achieve anything at all. See, money is a very, very simple factor. I'll be honest with you. It stresses a lot, right? Entrepreneurship is not a game. It's not something that people call themselves for fun. It is a very, very serious job, because from 9 to 5 and entrepreneurship, there's a huge difference. 9 to 5 people are asked to do something, but in entrepreneurship, you'll have to choose what to tell people, how to tell people, when to tell people, when exactly do you have to make them work, how do you make them work. So management is an important factor. You'll never understand how hard it is until unless you start experiencing it, right? You'll have physical issues. Example, myself, I have a lot of physical pain, but you can overcome it. Basically, you can overcome it because every day when I wake up, I have to wake up with passion. People might not understand what problems I'm going through, but I'm always there to help them. So even though you have a lot of problems, you have to maintain a happy face, right? So your passion, if you have the right passion, that becomes an easy job. Simple as that. If you have that passion, yes, I really want to help these people. I really want to build a platform to help my customers in the best way I can. Then believe me, any entrepreneur can be successful, right? So passion and deep and very, very deep desire to whatever you're planning to do. That is very, very important. So if you combine all of those, you're happy to go. So I'm a man of peace and love, right? I love I love talking with people. I love interacting with them. Having small sessions with them, guiding or mentoring in any form at all. So I would say connect with a lot of people, network with a lot of people. You'll gain experience. As simple as that. One day you will be a successful entrepreneur. Just have to keep trying. Never quit. Simple as that. Never ever quit. My serious message to all the entrepreneurs out there: never ever quit. I was worse one time. Today I'm here sitting in front of you. People can see me. There's a reason why, and that has been passion. So work for it. Simple as that. You will be somewhere one day, and find the right people.
Never quit. Well, it was a pleasure to have you here at ELI. I think our audience would have got
My pleasure.
lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time,
Thank you
Pramod,
so much.
and our best wishes
Thank
for
you very
how.
much.
Viewers,
Thank you very, very much.
viewers, you can follow and connect with Pramod, especially the ones who are into music. You can connect with Pramod on LinkedIn by searching for Pramod Badigar. Also, do visit Hub website by typing hubapp.co. So, whom do you want to have here at ELI for next episode? Do let me know in comments below. We will be back before you know it. Stay tuned to Entrepreneur Launch of India.